Good evening. Y'all are not going to believe this. I'm over here trying to figure out how to edit the video I just did. And it's not working out. So if I can edit it, I will. But I did not want to leave you hanging. Are y'all praying for me? I don't know if you're praying for me. I hope you're praying for me. Because I made it a point to share with you that I am going to start this vlog. And it didn't happen. And I feel a way about it because that's not, how I do. So I want you to forgive me. So instead, I thought that I would just come on here in Facebook Live and share what I kind of videotape that I really have to work on. So I want to thank you for listening in to my share today. I really want to share with you what it's like to be single and childless in a world full of families and children. Not only am I sharing what it feels like to be in this situation, but I also want to share ways in which I'm learning to cope. As I share this, I also want you guys to glean something from this so that my hope, my prayer is that you will understand what it's like for us and be more sensitive and more empathetic to our lives. And that will look like, I'm going to share a little bit more about what that will look like. But in the meantime, I want to start with a little story about why I got here, why I got to this place of feeling some kind of way or feeling grief. I'm going to be honest with you. Feeling grief about not having children and not being married, not have shared my life with someone, So I grew up in a house with my parents, both parents. All of my life I lived with my parents. It was a good life. My parents loved each other. They never argued. At least I never saw them argue. I had a brother. They took very good care of us. My mom very good. She was a housewife for most of her life till I went to college. She took very good care of my dad, cooking, cleaning, ironing his clothes for work, things like that. My dad was a great dad, great provider. He would actually take his spending money and give his check to my mother, and my mom handled everything. So he trusted her. So when I think about family, I think about my parents and how I felt like I had like the perfect family. And I wanted that for myself. I wanted marriage and children. I wanted to be able to take care of my husband the way I saw my mom take care of my dad. I wanted to marry my dad. How many young women, when you were a little girl, you loved your daddy and you wanted to marry your daddy? You didn't know you couldn't. You didn't know you couldn't take daddy from mommy. You just in your mind, I want to marry my daddy. You didn't think about mommy being married to daddy. So it was a very good childhood. And so that kind of childhood set the stage for me wanting that for myself one day. I want to share a story with you about my dad when I was a little girl. Not too many people know this. But my dad was the most fun daddy I ever had. I only had one dad, right? My dad was so much fun. You know, because I've shared him here on Facebook. I've told stories. He's a jokester, right? But daddy, growing up, he was a bus driver. And so my mom would cook dinner for him. Well, we would eat dinner before daddy got home. I think he may have gotten home like 8 o'clock or something like that. It was after our dinner time. So mommy had the food still warmed up on the stove, and my brother and I would be sitting on the couch And I remember whatever show it was we watched, Daddy came home like at the beginning of the show, middle. It's just always something. Okay. Anyway, my brother and I would be sitting on a couch waiting for Daddy to get home, and I remember hearing the elevator bell going ding, like when it got to our floor. As soon as that happened, my brother and I would do like this: Daddy's home, Daddy's home, Daddy's home. And I remember my mother looking at us like, please, you know. And then we get up, we run to the door with Daddy, and well, we'd run to the door and we'd hear Daddy walking down, hear his footsteps walking down the hallway. He'd get to the door, pull out the key. We heard the key dangling. He unlocked the door, click, unlock. And then when he'd open the door, we had to like double back up a little bit. And then he would come in and he would grab us like this. And he would pick us up and he'd walk like this. I remember our feet dangling and we would giggle. We were just so happy to see Daddy. And then he would put us down. My brother would go back and sit on the couch and watch TV. And Daddy would go to the bathroom, and I would follow him to the bathroom. I couldn't get enough of him. Follow Daddy to the bathroom. He'd shut the door on me. And I'm outside the door, like at the door like this, waiting. And so when I heard him flush the toilet, I'm like knocking on the door so I could get in. And he'd let me in. And he'd be washing his hands. And I'd stand in front of him. And I'd put my hands under the water to kind of like wash my hands too. And I remember he would put his hands under the hot water, then under the cold water. I believe it was that order. And then he'd tell me, put my hands there. I put my hands there. And he'd do like this. And the hot water would hit my hands. And I didn't like hot water hit my hand. And then the cold water would hit it right after. I love that feeling. Oh my God, I love that feeling. I would do that every day Daddy got home. I love that. I love him. I miss my daddy. So anyway, he'd come back to the kitchen to sit down and eat. My brother he was still watching TV. I'd sit right next to Daddy while he ate, just looking, staring, like I want to marry my daddy. And I remember sometimes wanting his food. Daddy, can I have some? But I already ate. Didn't you already eat, Ladybug? And I'm like, yeah, but I want your food, Daddy. And he'd give me a little piece, So I think those experiences like made me want to have children so that like my children hopefully could experience that with their dad. Or that I had a husband and I could cook dinner and get the kids ready and like I had a really good family life, so I wanted that for me, and I always thought it would happen, right? So then, fast forward, I grow up, get older, much older, and I remember something really significant happened. I don't know if you guys are commenting on that. I don't see comments, but I see people have come on. Okay. Am I supposed to slide this? Swipe left to reveal comments and reactions. Okay, right. So, something really significant happened some years later that made me say, Karen, and I'm going to tell the story. So my best friend invited me to her dad's 80th birthday party. Dion and I grew up together. We were friends from babies before we could even talk. Our moms had us around the same time. Dion had a bunch of sisters and a brother, so we were all close, everything was everything. So I remember her inviting me to her dad's party, big 80th birthday party, overlooking the water, big wide window, nice place. Everybody's gathering, having fun, smiling, moving around. There was a program. It was nice. At some point during that evening, I looked around the room. And I saw 4 generations. Mr. and Mrs. Brown, Dion and her siblings' children, and those children had children. I think it was only one at the time. Either way, it was 4 generations. 3 generations that came out of her parents' loins. When this illuminated in my mind and in my heart, it tore me up. I looked and I said, if you never have children, this will never be your reality. Your DNA stops right here. You'll never have a child that has your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your fingers. No one you can look at with your DNA, right? And so it took everything in me not to cry. I couldn't cry in front of everybody. Everybody's having a good time. They would look at me like, Karen, what the hell is wrong with you? So I had to hold it together, and I walked my happy, well, I wasn't happy, sat behind to the bathroom, went to the bathroom, got in the stall because I needed to get in the stall, closed the stall, and cried. Stayed in there for maybe 3 to 5 minutes, I don't know, not a very long time. I kept coaching myself, say, Karen, get it together, go back to the party, you're fine. You're going to have a miracle baby one day. You're 44, but it could happen for you. Trust the Lord. All your Christian friends and everybody said, trust the Lord. This could be your reality too. God loves you, right? Go back to the party, having a good time. Still in the back of my head, what if this is not my reality? What am I going to do then? Go home. I remember getting into bed, going to sleep because I couldn't think about it anymore. And that often happens. And there's some other stories that's going to come out of this, but I'm going to stick to this story. So, after that day, and after realizing my DNA, I may never have children, and my DNA stops with me. There's no legacy. There's no nothing. It just, the buck stops here. When they put me in the ground, that's it for Karen. I realized, what are you going to do if that's your reality? You going to keep crying about it? You going to keep, not telling people and going home and going to sleep and being depressed? What are you going to do? And eventually, I started to reflect. I started to self-reflect. And I remember watching a video the other day. This man said, a life that's not, how did he say it? An unreflective life is a life not worth living. I've reflected. I'm by myself. No husband, no kids. My friends who have children and families, they do what they do with their family. I'm in this house by myself, right? I had plenty of time to self-reflect. So I began to self-reflect, and I said, God, what are you saying to me? What are you saying? I've heard the Christians say, just pray, trust the Lord, ask the Lord. God, he gives you the desires of your heart. I done prayed that prayer so much, so long. Nothing happened. And here I am, 52. What I learned is you can pray all day for something, but if it's not in God's will for you, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You also, you can pray with expectation. That's biblical. You can pray, but you also have to know, I'm praying according to your will. And people will say, in the Bible, his will is this and his will is that. Yeah, but God didn't say in his will, Edwina Richburg is going to have children. Karen Edwina Richburg is going to have a husband by the age of 52. He never said it. So how am I praying his will when I don't know what his will is concerning? I had to stop doing that. I was driving myself crazy. But let me share with you, oftentimes when you guys post graduation, recital, baby showers, grandbaby's been born, children with certificates and scholarships, and understand the single and childless are feeling something. Now, we all feel something from different degrees, some worse than others. But let me tell you, it feels like a dagger to me. And not every time. And trust me, like, I am happy for everybody. Like, I am elated. But in the background of those feelings, I'm always wondering about me. Why didn't it happen for me? And there were times I couldn't reconcile that. But I had to keep going to God about it. I was like, God, what are you saying? Why didn't you give me these things that I've always wanted, that my friends have? I'm a good girl. I'll be a good, But he didn't. And so what I learned from self-reflection is that God has a purpose and a plan for my life. And so I was learning to like listen to God and find out, what is he saying? And so I'm just now beginning to understand what God is saying to me. He's saying, I didn't give you those things because you are not supposed to have them. I have a purpose and a plan for you, a ministry for you that's going to go forth, a ministry for the sake. A ministry for the single and childless, to bring awareness to people that you guys do suffer and you do have hurt and pain despite your situation. You do have pain. Not that we're basket cases, not that we can't fare okay in our lives, because I'm okay. But I have moments, and I have to keep managing those moments. I have to keep praying and talking to God about those moments. I have to keep asking, okay, God, okay, God, okay, God. And I just breathe, okay, God. Because what I do know is God loves me. No matter what, he loves me. I'm the apple of his eye. And just because it happened for this one and that one and this one and that one doesn't mean he loves me any less. I had to come to that because there was a time when I said, well, what's wrong with me, Lord? Why wouldn't you do it for me? And I know there's people out there who say that, right? But I realized he said, I have a plan for you. You're going to talk about this one day. You're going to bring awareness to the pain that is single. I didn't even mean to cry. Lord, help me. You're going to bring awareness to what the single and childless woman or man deal with at times. And you're going to help usher some of those people into a place of contentment and joy through displaying your life. So some of y'all might say, oh, she posting all the time. I'm sharing that in spite of the life that God has given me. I have my faculties. I can walk, I can talk, I can breathe. So therefore I live. I live and I do the things that God has purposed for my life. I try not to mope and say what if and why. I said, Karen, keep it moving. This is the life that God gave you. And the Bible says, many are the plans of man. Many are the plans of man. We can think all day what we want, but it's God's plan that prevails. So this is his plan for me. Who am I to tell God, no, I don't want this life? How can I make a baby? I can't make a baby. How can I make somebody marry me? I get the wrong brother. I'm not making nobody marry me. So I live. So this ministry, I'm going to get off here soon. If you want to ask questions, you can. I'll take a look at some of the questions and respond to you. But this ministry that God is birthing in me is to build community around the single and childless. I hope to not be single anymore one day, right? But the child part, that's over. Some people ask, well, couldn't you have died? There's going to be another story about that. So I hope this gives you a little understanding of why I have been sharing more lately and talking about the single childless women, because people are reaching out to me like, single and childless, what are you talking about, Karen? Why are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. But I want to share my story with the world. I want people to know what some of us go through. I want people like you that have families to never say again to us, oh, you got nieces and nephews, you got godchildren, you could adopt, and you could. Don't say that to us. We don't want to hear it. Don't ever say it to us. It's hurtful. It discounts what we feel. It discounts the grief we feel because we don't have that little person with our DNA walking around here looking like us. It discounts it. Please don't ever say it again. What we prefer, what I would prefer, and what I'm sure many people like me, male and female, would prefer, is for you to say, are you okay? How can I love on you more? What do you need from me? Do you want to talk about it? Or give us a hug. I'm sorry, this is your reality. If I could change it, I would. That's what we need. So if this helps somebody to know how to deal with single and childless people who grieve, because some of us don't grieve. Some of us never chose to have children. We don't want to have children. We don't care one way or the other. Right? I'm not talking about those people. That's not my tribe. I'm talking about the ones that are still grieving the fact that they've always wanted to have children. They always wanted to be married and build this family. And those are the people I'm talking about. So I hope you will have more empathy for us. Love on us a little bit more. Yeah. For those of you who just came on, I shared that I couldn't do YouTube. I can't figure out why. But I started to upload a video, and there were pieces that I was trying to put together, and I don't really know how to do it. And it's getting late, and it's going to get dark. This ring light, my friend told me to get a ring light, and the ring light is making circles on my glasses. She doesn't wear glasses, so she was like, get this one, but it's not working for me. So that is why I'm coming on here live. I didn't want you to think I forgot about you and that I was not going to do this. I am going to do it because I have to speak about it. It's inside of me and it has to come out. Please share this video with someone that you know that's single and childless. Well, not even the single and childless. Share this video with anybody, because that person you share it with might have a sister, a uncle, a brother, a cousin, a auntie. They might have anybody in their lives that is single and childless, that needs community. Single and childless know very much well how we need to support each other. We know better than anybody. So if we can kind of come together and connect, that would be very helpful. Okay, so let me see if anyone has said anything. Don't feel like you cannot say something here. Please, I want to create dialogue about it. Say, I have a friend. Some of you may not want to say it's you. Like, that's me. If you want to say it, please put that here. That's me. I grieve too. If not, inbox me. But I want to create dialogue around it, okay? Thank you, Idalia, for watching. Thank you, Najan Johnson. Thank you for watching. Patrick, that's my childhood friend. Thank you, Patrick. Hey, Henry, thank you. Hey, Brenda Copeland. Hey, Ray. Hi, Robin. Dion. You know. Robin, you know too. Kim, you know. And I know y'all loving me, right? Y'all have kids and families. And I know you understand. I know your heart goes out to me. So you understand this ministry that God is birthing through me, right? Keep me lifted. And y'all know I'm okay, right? I'm okay. I have my moments, but I'm okay. What's up, Charles? Childhood friend. Charles, I know you like Karen. Damn. Karen, I didn't know. Karen, I didn't know, right? Yes, Charles. Willie. What's up, Willie? Karen Farner. Hi, thank you for watching. I'm trying to roll this up. Noel, thank you for watching. All right. Willie said, this is good. Thank you for sharing. Yep. You're quite welcome. I needed to. Ray said he's praying for me. Cousin Erica, thank you for chiming in. I love you. I know you're praying for me too. Karen Felton. Kim, you love my heart. No, thank you. I got a big heart. It won't quit. Dion, you want to join on the video? Okay, let me do. Wait, what happened? It disappeared. I'm going to approve it. Send the invite. Do that by accident. I'm adding you, Dion. Rashawn, what's up, Rashawn? We grew up together. Hearts from Ray. Thank you, Ray. The best is yet to come. Let him use me. I know. I'm letting him use me. What's up, Devin? You just chimed in, so you got to go back and watch. Melanie from grade school. You're grateful. Yes, I'm sharing. Thank you for supporting. Please share this with other friends that may benefit from it. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for praying for me. I need it. God is using me, and I feel like this is going to be powerful. It's scary, but I think once I begin to just share freely, God is just going to envelope me. He's already enveloped me in his love, but I'm good. I'm good, Rocky. Brenda, do you think you will be adopt? No, I'm not going to adopt. And that is going to be a story that I'm going to share. What can I say about that right now? You know, I took care of my dad. So that's partly why I didn't adopt. I was too busy. My brother was in Florida, and I had to take care of Daddy, and I couldn't navigate that. I did try. I went to some meetings, like when I was in my early 30s. Then my mother died, and didn't have the support. So, but that's a whole story in itself. But I would like, if I get married, when I get married, I don't want to say if. When I get married, I would love that my husband has children of varying ages, not just grown folk that don't care, right? That would be really nice. Really. Yes, my cousin Karen's husband. Yes, I know. You think it'll be good for others? I think so too. I think so too. If I can get this freaking video together, I was trying to splice it and put it together and let it flow. All this is new to me. Y'all gotta pray for me, and hopefully God is gonna send somebody to help me, because creating content, creating video, editing, all that, it's a lot. And when I start back to work in September, I don't know how I'm gonna do it all. So I feel like lives are better for me. I could just, hi Tanika, thank you for watching. I think lives are better for me, so I could just get it out, you know? So that is all, everyone. I don't have any other comments to respond to. I don't want to hold anybody too long. But in the meantime, I want you know the algorithm is important. Say something. I'm here in the comment section. I'd appreciate that. If you're watching a replay, put hashtag replay and say, girl, I hear you, or girl, I'm going to share. So I'm going to share this with somebody. Rashawn, things happen in his time. Just be positive and patient. You are blessed. I am Doing my best, Rocky. What's up, Stanley? I am blessed. Thank the Lord. Praise the Lord. Yes, he's blessing me. I've been through a lot, but he's blessing me. Love you, BFF. Yeah, you were in my story. You were the first story. And you know I got some more stories to share. I'll share with you offline. That's coming. But I got to share with you before I share with the masses. So I don't want to surprise you. Like, she felt this way? Okay, so everyone have a good night. And hopefully I'll get the YouTube stuff together by next week. I'm going to work on it tonight and tomorrow. And if you've hit the notification bell, you'll be notified when it is uploaded. But it's going to be basically what you just heard here. But Kim, you sent me something and you said I could share this to YouTube. So I may share it or I may just do it over. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. So anyway, thank you everyone for chiming in. Remember, comment below, share it with somebody you know. Ooh, that rhymes. Comment below, share with who you know. Love you, lovies. Take care. God bless you. Bye.